Welcome to a special SummerSlam Wrestler Revisited. My name is Evan.
I am Javier.
This week, we are going to dive back into the subject of our first ever three-part series, The Man, the Myth, The Undertaker.
You gotta go one-on-one with The Undertaker.
God bless Teddy Long. So for this very special SummerSlam, very special spooky edition of Wrestler Revisited, we are going to look at two Undertaker SummerSlam matches that were not covered in Undertaker's three-part series or in the numerous episodes since of our podcast Crossbody of Work, because Undertaker shows up a lot in other people's episodes. He's a lot of people's like biggest show. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, when you have a stretch in your career where you literally only wrestle one time a year, and that one time a year is at the biggest show.
yeah,
it's
makes it a little
kind of
easy.
hard. Yeah, like I mean, the guy wrestled at over 30 WrestleManias. No, it's probably not over 30,
it's not.
but it's like
It's a lot though.
Yeah, he's wrestled in 20 something. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the guy's he's bulletproof at this point. Like, he's just going to be in so many people's episodes because he is quite literally their biggest matches.
He is Mr. WWE, truly, through and through. And he's had lots of memorable SummerSlam matches. Some of the ones we've actually covered before. Like, we're not going to be looking at the one against Stone Cold at SummerSlam 98 because we did that one already.
And we're not going to be, and you know, we have to do this strategically because there's some people and some matches that he had at certain shows that we're just not going to be able to cover because we're going to cover them down the line.
Exactly. We have foresight now. Not a lot, but like a little. So we have two different SummerSlam matches because, of course, the week that this is dropping, SummerSlam is this coming weekend. Everyone should be excited. What are you most looking forward to for SummerSlam? Just tell me.
Oh, God. Jey Uso.
Yes. Okay. Same page. Jey Uso. Also, Gunther versus Drew McIntyre.
True. I'm also liking what I'm seeing with Logan Paul and Ricochet. I don't want them talking to each other anymore, but I want to see them do the jumpy thing.
I want to see them do the jumpy things. I want to see Ricochet hit like a 630 on KSI. I think that sounds fun.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if KSI is going to be there. It's not WrestleMania. So
it's not WrestleMania. So the first of the two SummerSlam matches for The Undertaker is Undertaker versus Undertaker.
I would just like to preface this by saying that Evan chose this match.
I did. I feel like it's an important match to look at once because it's awful. And it's this weird thing that WWE has gone back to the well on a couple of times of like, there's a fake one of that very famous person. Everyone's like, nope, that's the real one.
This person, we're just going to say it now. The guy, I don't know who it is. I don't care who it is. Looks nothing like The Undertaker.
So the fake Undertaker is Brian Lee, a.k.a. Chains from DOA.
Yeah, that's not going to help. I know 8-Ball.
Brian Lee's also apparently one of Undertaker's like good friends in real life, and so was like not the worst at copying his mannerisms. So how did we get to Undertaker versus Undertaker? Great question. After losing a casket match to Yokozuna at the 94 Rumble, Undertaker didn't show up for a long time. And mainly because he, in real life, needed to heal a back injury.
A long time. It's like 3 months to WrestleMania.
No, he didn't show up.
So from the Royal Rumble in 94.
Yeah, to SummerSlam 94.
Oh, he didn't do WrestleMania that year?
I don't believe so.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, well, you can double check that, but I'm pretty sure he didn't do WrestleMania in 1994.
Wow, Mania's without Taker. That's wild. I mean,
there is no Undertaker match on this card. There is Men on a Mission defeating the Quebecers.
That, sure.
The real streak. So he didn't show up for a long time. Eventually, Ted DiBiase showed up and was like, "Hey, I got the Undertaker back. Everyone should be happy because I brought him in 1990, and also I brought him back. Guys, I'm so good at this." And then Paul Bearer was like, "That's not the Undertaker. I've got the Undertaker. I found him. I'm his dad. Can't you remember? His weird mortician dad."
But he's not even his dad. That's the whole weird part about it, is like we found out he's not the father.
Yes, very Maury Povich of us. Now, the best part of this worthy Leslie Nielsen like mystery vignettes leading into this, because Leslie Nielsen, very much like his Police Squad and Naked Gun counterpart, like his roles he played there, was a detective trying to figure out who the real Undertaker was. Those were very funny.
I mean, listen, so at a certain point, we gotta just respect that they were able to find comedy in a very not at all funny like ordeal here.
What, of missing a missing person?
Yeah, I mean, one, a missing person, but two, apparently a fake.
Yeah, that is pretty weird. So the way you can tell them apart is one of them's wearing gray and the other one's the Undertaker. Because it's very clearly that one of them is not. First one comes out, it's Ted DiBiase's Undertaker, Fake Taker, and they do a zoom in on him in the ring, and you can see like, oh, that's not the guy.
It's so clearly, it's so clear. I took one look at this person, and I was like, "It's who the fuck is this dude?"
You ever see a like clearly a stunt double left in a scene in a movie?
Yeah,
or
we
a
just
stand-in?
covered one in your other podcast.
We did, yes.
Shout out to the Cradle of Life.
Go listen to Pop Castle Podcast. Also, Howard Finkel introduces the real Taker as the one, the only Undertaker. Okay.
Shade being thrown by good old Fink.
Have you ever seen an Undertaker entrance and thought, you know what would be better than one Undertaker entrance? Is three.
Dude.
There's three.
There's three. What was the third?
Well, the second is the casket coming out, because instead Paul Bearer comes out and there's a casket. In the casket is the urn. The urn he opens and the lights are out and it's a big fucking flashlight. And
well, yeah, when he has a fucking orgasm with the goddamn urn.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And then that summons the Undertaker. Also, shout out to Ted DiBiase, who is selling his fear very well during this. Good job.
Yeah, I just couldn't be. I wouldn't be able to contain my laughter. If I'm looking at Paul Bearer literally just holding this, like, it doesn't even look like an urn. It looks like a fucking like jug that's just made of metal. Like, what are those?
It's clearly bigger than the usual urn.
It just looks like a mixing bowl, and then they like shoved a goddamn flashlight in it, and he's just going.
Yeah. There's the power of the Undertaker's in here, but there's also a lovely Cobb salad. This is fantastic.
It's got arugula in it, Evan. Could you believe that?
Now, the idea of stealing another wrestler. So again, that urn summons the actual Undertaker. We get a third fucking Undertaker entrance. It takes 14 minutes to get here.
This video that we watched it on is about 20 minutes long.
Oh, the actual in-ring match is 8 minutes.
Yeah. So just so you guys know, and it starts right at the DiBiase entrance.
It's weird to steal the identity of a non-masked wrestler. Like Kane, at least you could just make the same mask, right?
God, it was so. I just can't believe that they did this twice, like with these characters.
Okay, they get a spot in the ring where they're both taking off their, the Undertaker like takes his hat off spot.
Yeah,
it's the emo version of the two doinks doing the mirror. Mom, it's not a phase. Takes his hat off.
It's just they go face to face, and Mark Calloway is like 2 to 3 inches taller than this guy.
Yeah, my note said they stand eye to eye, but in Brian Lee's case, eyes to chin, because he is clearly shorter than Undertaker.
It's not even like close. Like he's clearly head and shoulders above.
Did you ever play Smash? You Smash guy?
Yeah, I sucked at it. I'm so bad at it.
Do you remember how I don't know if you can in later Smashes, but in original Smash, since there were so few characters, you could pick the same character. Like we could both be Mario, but if
everybody could
Mario,
be Link, but a different color,
you'd all just be a different color, and the colors were super weird. That's what it's like with this Undertaker. Like, there's the one that's purple, he's right, and then there's the gray one. You're like, okay, so you're player 2. You're the younger brother.
Evan, who was your Smash character?
I was Link in original Smash. I was Link.
Yeah, then 64.
Yeah.
You're gonna hate me for this. I was Ness because I fucking love the yo-yo. So I was just like, PK fire, PK, and then he freaking launched it, and he came back to you, and it like hit you, and then it launched to you. I was in.
I have a very weird Smash story, and then we'll continue talking about this terrible match. You know how when you unlocked characters, they would show up as like a new combatant is entering the arena or whatever, and it looked
Yeah.
like a warning thing. I was so nervous that I broke my game that I immediately shut it off, and I lost Luigi the first time. And I told a friend of mine at school, and he was like, "No, that's how you unlock new characters." I was like, "Oh no, I don't know how I did
Oh,
that."
oh God!
So it was
And
a
you were
while.
older than I was because I got the freaking it was like a special edition like Pokemon one. It might have been for Pokemon Snap. I don't even know, but I had Pikachu on like it was blue, and I had Pikachu like on the N64, and so like I was like really fucking young when I had this thing, and I just remember like anytime the freaking hand would show up,
Yeah,
I was like, oh my God, this is
I was
terrifying.
I was 7. I was
Jesus
7.
Christ.
So
You
I
were an
was
idiot. Even I figured that out, Evan. I was like 3, 2, like I was literally an infant,
all right. It's enough of
barely a
you.
toddler.
This match sucks. I don't know what else to say about the actual in-ring stuff.
I don't have many wrestling notes.
There is Fake Taker going for an old school, and Real Taker just choke tossing him off the middle rope. That's fun.
Yeah, that was funny. There's Fake Taker no selling a big boot.
Yeah, just no sells it. Fake
Just got punched right in the face.
right in the face. Clotheslines by Fake Taker, knockdown Real Taker. He misses an elbow. Real Taker tumbles to the outside as Fake Taker bridges the top rope. Real Taker run into the steps and then gets stomped in the ring by Chains. Remember, this man is Chains.
Fake Taker goes for a stun gun, but
Oh yeah,
he doesn't get the stun gun because he just holds him up like he's fucking about to do the dirty dancing, just whoop, and then just falls straight backwards. So he just takes a rope bump and then drops Taker on himself.
very weird. The actual finish. So there's a choke slam by Fake Taker. He weirdly drops to a knee at the head of Real Taker, who sits up immediately. It's very uncomfortable. Tombstone hit by Fake Taker. Sits up. Real Taker reverses a second Tombstone Tim, hits one of his own, picks him up for a second, picks him up for a third. Real Taker prevails. Awful match. That main evented over Brett and Owen in the cage.
Yeah,
This is the main event.
it's really fucking bad. This should have been the opener. First off, this should have been the opener.
Ooh. Yeah.
Because, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, people. I guess somebody probably cared about this, and if it's a match that people care about, but you don't want to close this show with the title. You know it's going to be your best match. It's the two best workers in the company probably at this point, and like it's for the WWE Championship. Like if it was, listen, I'd understand not wanting to open with that if it was for the IC title or some shit.
Yeah.
But like, what are we doing here? It's the world champion. And it's a
Vince-
story that people are invested in.
Vince
Main event with that.
Vince thinks it's the story, like the spectacle, right? And there's more spectacle to Undertaker versus Undertaker because Vince clearly loves doppelgangers.
Fucking Vince. Does Vince
Where
think?
does-
What do you think is his favorite movie, and why is it Us?
He's never seen Us. Never
Are
seen
you
it.
sure? I know. Someone
Absolutely.
probably told him it was about doppelgangers. He was like, "Oh,
He's never seen it.
Oh.
It's too progressive for him.
oh, I
There's
love this.
not a chance in hell he's seen it.
No, Stephanie.
What he has seen is Trading Places starring Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, and he was like,
Stephanie,
perfect.
This movie right here. Let me tell you something. It did something for me.
Your Vince is turning into Hulk Hogan. Where does this rank on weird Undertaker feuds?
It's number one because what the fuck else would it be? Like I know there's been a lot of weird ones, like the fucking weird like Big Show A-Train feud that he had
That
going
was weird.
for him.
Possessing Josh Matthews to torment Randy Orton was weird.
But also like
Kidnapping Stephanie's weird.
it's just a fake version of him.
That's pretty weird. Yeah. Fake Taker gets rolled into the casket and rolled away by the Druids. It's a weird time.
Oh, and then he comes back as a weird biker guy.
Yeah, I know. We all go through phases. All right. Our second revisited match is 21 whole years later, which, when you think about it, is absurd.
Let's take away 4 years or add 4 years. You have my age. So
A baby born the night of Undertaker vs. Undertaker can drink at SummerSlam 2015 when Undertaker faces Brock Lesnar at the Barclays Center.
yeah.
So I feel like most wrestling fans are aware of the history between Brock Lesnar and Undertaker, but just in case you are unaware, not even counting their old history, including a wonderful Hell in a Cell match back in the original eras of SmackDown. That was nice. At WrestleMania 30, Brock Lesnar beat the streak, that being in 2014. 4 months later, Lesnar beat John Cena at SummerSlam to win the World Heavyweight Championship because Brock Lesnar is either first or second on the all-time like Mr. SummerSlam rankings. If you were unaware, it's him and Brett. That's it. That's the top two. Don't argue.
Yeah, and
He
they're
lost
really good at it.
He lost the title at WrestleMania 31 because Seth Rollins had the heist of the century, cashed in wonderful times. Rollins had to defend the title against Lesnar at Battleground, and that's when Undertaker returned, having also had a match at 31 against Bray Wyatt where he got his win because he needed some shine, I guess. Got to put the young guy over. Disappointment. Now,
I just could not. By the way, the Battlegrounds match made no sense because it was literally just Triple H and Stephanie being like, we need to challenge you, so we're bringing in Brock.
yeah, Triple H and Stephanie are bad wrestling parents.
So
they're like, this will make you tougher. It's like, no, I am depressed now. So Undertaker managed to save Rollins there by interfering and causing the DQ. And instead, we got this match at SummerSlam 2015. This is Undertaker's first SummerSlam match since 2008. And
Edge match?
And can you name me his last pay-per-view match before this on any pay-per-view other than WrestleMania?
Was it when he fought Kane for the title?
No.
It was after that?
I don't remember. When did he fight Kane for the title?
It was around 2010 range. Like him in the World Heavyweight Championship.
So it was 2010, but it wasn't Kane.
Interesting. So it would have been after Kane. Who was the Money in the Bank holder? Was it against like Jake Hader?
It was not against Jake Hader. Bragging rights 2010, that fatal four-way match that we've covered. Undertaker, Punk, Ray, and somebody else. Batista.
Oh yeah, the heel turn match. Yeah, okay.
That was his. So this is the last one. Was 2010? Was the last time he had a pay-per-view match other than WrestleMania until now, SummerSlam 2015.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking nuts.
Damn.
During the entrance, Michael Cole's on commentary, of course, because it's post, 2001. And Cole calls Taker the best pure striker in history of WWE, and Lesnar the best pure athlete in the history of WWE. Do we agree?
I do, because listen, you could say what you want about Ricochet. I think Ricochet has a very real case for it. But, Brock Lesnar's like 270 pounds.
There's been no specimen like Lesnar. Ricochet's a very specific type of athlete. Lesnar's a fucking specimen.
Ricochet in the gymnastics world is a dime a dozen. And he's as low. He's very much at the lower end of the totem pole when it comes to gymnasts. Brock Lesnar is like, if the aliens come, we had to send like the A team. Brock is a part of the A team now. Yeah. Like he's 40, whatever the fuck he is. He's on it now.
That's fair. I agree with that. And Undertaker the best pure striker?
Yeah. I mean, it's the best looking punches. Like it's him and it's like Jerry the King Lawler for like the greatest wrestling punchers ever.
You and I have both seen this match before, obviously. Yeah. We either were watching it live. I know I was watching it live. Had you jumped back into wrestling at this point?
Yes, I had. Yeah. I was very much in.
Now, what did you think of this era of Taker?
Like, I hated it. Short hair Taker ain't it. I wished, honestly, that they had just fucking, like, put some hair extensions or a wig on his ass.
Honestly, it's either when he shaved his head and had, like, the little mohawk, that was honestly better than this, like, in-between. You either have to have the long hair or no hair. Like, just decide.
It's just like, get some waves or something, bro. Like,
Jesus Christ.
Like, do something. Like, keep it short or make it long. Also, the worst part about the short hair is you can see very clearly massive bald spot.
Massive bald spot. Plus, also, it's red. All the hair is red, but it's dyed black. But the roots are red.
Yeah.
This match, you and I were talking before we started recording today. This match is better on a second watch, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I know the history going into the match, the pull-apart brawl that was like fucking 20 minutes to open a Raw once. That was so good that they have tried to recreate it and have never been able to get it just right.
Never been the same.
And it's great. And then you watch this, and I don't know, I'm just, I don't know if it was that I just remembered, since it's been so long, I just remembered this era of Taker being like not as good at wrestling, and this era of Brock being like starting to phone it in a little bit with
Yeah.
the matches. But no, this is like the complete opposite. This is like Taker's putting in a fucking shift, and Brock is putting in a goddamn. He's working overtime.
They're both doing so well here. So Lesnar jumps Taker before he can even take the jacket off, tosses him around. Taker starts striking back with, gets a big boot, close on the outside, and he's has Lesnar on the defensive. Lesnar gets back in the ring, double leg takedown. Taker kind of brawls from underneath to get back up. Then we get the first kind of big counter spot. Taker with the old school attempt. Lesnar catches him once the F5. Taker slips out, goes for a choke slam. Lesnar gets the knee to the stomach. And then we get suplex number 1.
Belly to belly.
Yes. Then we get German suplex 2. He yells suplex city bitch because he has to at the hard cam because he is a goddamn professional. Brock Lesnar knows where the hard cam is. Like Brock Lesnar is the quickest to make eye contact. He just knows.
Yeah, I mean that's a part of his athleticism is that he just knows.
He just knows where the hard cam is.
It's like a cat when they hear noise, they just know exactly where it is, so they zero in by staring at it.
Taker avoids another suplex, busts open Lesnar by dropping him face first into the turnbuckle. Does the snake eyes, which is again the dropping him on the turnbuckle. Hits the big boot. Taker's running in Lesnar into the apron repeatedly at ringside. Lesnar is busted open, but it's weird because he has such such intense ridges on his face, on his forehead, that the blood just stays.
Yeah.
Like instead of going down his face, it goes like down a little and then just fills the like I got the ridges when I do that. Like just fills them. Look at that. Just fills
I don't. It's just kind of spread all throughout.
Yes, you also have a better hairline than me, so just enjoy your youth. I don't know. Fuck.
It doesn't look. You know what? I've realized going back and watching some of our YouTube stuff, my hairline looks like it's like this. It's not. It's just the video. Like it's very much a straight hairline.
My hairline looks like this. It looks like the fucking golden arches, baby. Like, sponsor me, McDonald's.
Slim Jim, I saw you're sponsoring fucking
the Battle Royal.
The Battle Royal at SummerSlam. It's not even SummerSlam. It's the Battle Royal at SummerSlam. What the fuck? We were supposed to be first.
Pick me. Choose me. Love me. All right. That's a Grey's Anatomy reference. Now.
Oh, I thought that was, what is it? My Best Friend's Wedding or whatever the fuck?
Oh, that's also an excellent movie. So Lesnar with some strikes. Chokeslam attempt. Lesnar turns into a German. 3. Hits another. 4. Wounded Lesnar is the greatest. Whenever he is on the defensive, Brock Lesnar is the best.
Because he's just like a fucking bear. You know, like you piss off a bear, you're going to get mauled.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Hits a 5th suplex, another German. And Taker has to roll the outside. Lesnar starts rearranging furniture. You know, he's clearing off the table. He's trying to make some adjustments, deciding what to do. Taker gets a back elbow, tries the last ride. What happens to Taker when he tries the last ride out there?
He gets put into an F5 and F5 through the announce table.
It's my favorite F5 through a table. I know there's not many, but it's definitely my favorite. Because Undertaker, a lot of times when people sell the F5 on the table, they kind of like bounce and they do a lot. Taker drops like a sack of potatoes and is dead.
He kind of rolled off a little bit because the table broke at an angle.
But that's just like gravity. He just rolls and is dead. And I'm like, perfect. What a sell. Yeah, also, the impressiveness of Lesnar just chucking this heavy man.
Yeah, Taker's got to be like 280 pounds. He's a big boy.
Lesnar throws him like, you know, a bag, like a loaf of bread. Just hoof.
Why is a loaf of bread where you
I was trying to think of something light. Bread's light.
Bread's light. Nice little sourdough.
Taker makes it back in the ring at 9. Lesnar's yelling at him, saying, "I'll kill you, you son of a bitch." And Taker crawls to Lesnar's feet, rises to his knees, and says, "You're going to have to."
A callback to that freaking, pull-apart bra.
Yeah. Hits a choke slam, and Lesnar has one of his great bounce cells. Not as good as that one. You all know that one famous Brock Lesnar choke slam cell. Not as good as that one, but this one's also pretty good.
Yeah. What is that? It was the contract signing for the match at 30, isn't it?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
no,
that
no.
was
There's also the one is from before their Hell in a Cell match. So there's a contract signing back in 2002,
two. Yeah,
three,
it would have been two.
two, and Taker hits him with a chokeslam, and Lesnar fucking bounces so hard he does like a full barrel roll in the air. It's incredible.
Two, a barrel roll.
Uh, Taker hits a tombstone, hits a choke after the chokeslam. Lesnar out at 2 on the hands cross pin. Then we get the moment of
I
the
don't think
match.
anyone is as passionate about this specific spot here as you are, Evan. So I'll let you break it
Oh,
down.
this is one of the first like WWE realizing that the thing they did was a meme, and they were like, "We're going to use this and market it. This is great." Lesnar sits up, so Lesnar and Taker are lying down, facing opposite ways, and Lesnar sits up first, and he's laughing because he's like, "Wow, this is crazy! I kicked out, ha 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 ha!" And he laughs at Taker, and the camera turns, and Taker is doing the most insane laugh back that. Yeah, that's a good. It's
Brock's like,
absurd.
Brock's got the freaking like oh my god, what was it? Was it not the derp face that used to be? Did you have iFunny when you were younger?
I knew of iFunny. I was never really on
There
it.
was like those stupid memes in the early 2010s, and one of them was like a
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
and like it just kind of looked like Taker was or like Brock was doing that with his laugh. He was like, and then
Yeah,
Taker just gets up and he's just like, ha 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 ha.
it's a lot. It's a lot going on. Then they trade blows while still seated. Lesnar gets the advantage in the corner, locks in the Kimura lock. Lesnar gets hit with the last ride because he was up on the second rope.
And
Turns
he
into a last
fucking
ride.
bounced.
Lesnar gets a shoulder up on the pin. Lesnar hits another F5. Taker kicks out. Hits a third F5. Taker kicks out. Which again,
Yeah, there was no pin on the second one.
oh right, okay.
No pin.
Taker then manages to like instinctually lock in Hell's Gate. Like Lesnar's near him and he's on his back, and he just instinctually locks in Hell's Gate.
I will say that's the only part of it where I was like, damn, Brock's lingering on this one spot too long. He's going to get put in Hell's Gate.
Lesnar locks in a Kimura instead, like he managed to get that, and ends up on his back. JBL's talking about how the shoulders are down. And the timekeeper rings the bell.
Is JBL the timekeeper?
No, but, commentary is right beside the timekeeper. Maybe they overheard and they're like, yeah, his shoulders are down. He should be counted out by
They
now.
didn't pin him.
Maybe there's a tap out. So there's a lot of confusion. And this is, I think, why people don't like this match, is that the finish is kind of weird.
Lil Nate is pissed.
Lil Nate is furious. And honestly, I love him for it. Good job, Lil Nate.
Like, hey, I make the calls around here, not you.
I make the calls. While that's happening, Heyman has gotten in the ring and raised Lesnar's hand because he's like, he tapped. We won. Like, Lesnar won. We are the winners.
The match ended, and he's won it.
Yeah. Taker, the true inspiration for one Shinsuke Nakamura, decides to just low blow Brock Lesnar as hard as he can. Lil Nate does not see it. Taker locks in Hell's Gate, and Brock Lesnar holds on till the bitter end. Flipping off Undertaker before passing out.
I just got to say, I don't see how a low blow helps you choke somebody out.
Though, if somebody low blowed me that hard, they could probably do whatever they wanted to me. I'd be so focused on the fact that I'll no longer be able to have children.
You'd be like, oh,
that farts.
It's like fucking Home Alone where the dude just eats the fucking.
What's the worst thing in Home Alone? What's the worst?
It's the one where he freezes over the staircase, and the guy just keeps falling down. Because most people would be like, no, it's when Joe Pesci gets his fucking head burned or something.
It's not that.
What is it?
It's the fucking nail through the foot. Oh.
I mean, that one sucks, but the infinite falling on the frozen staircase for the gangly dude, I forget him.
Marv.
It's just like, brother, that's hell. I would be pissed.
The nail through the foot. No, thank you.
Taker wins. And so
they have a rubber match. Yeah, I'm the anti-Quentin Tarantino. They have a rubber match at Hell in a Cell. Lesnar would end up winning the series.
That's a bloody match too.
This match is really good. If you want to go rewatch something, go watch this. If you want to go watch a terrible spectacle, go watch SummerSlam '94.
You know what? Just don't watch SummerSlam '94. We did for you, so and since if you're here, you already heard that, so now you don't have to watch it.
That's true.
You're welcome.
Go look up photos of how not identical the two Undertakers were. That's your homework. Go do that.
Do that. Google that.
We're both really excited for SummerSlam. We wanted to look at Undertaker once again. This lined up. We hope you enjoy SummerSlam. We hope you enjoy what WWE has, because honestly, WWE's on a roll right now. Wrestling's hot right now.
Yeah, we hope you enjoy wrestling over the next month, because it's going to be fucking crazy.
You should make sure to hit subscribe, to hit like, to follow us on all the socials at Twitter, Instagram, at Crossbody of Work.
Or X now, I guess.
Fuck that. You should also go to fullpresswrestling.com, because that's where all the links for all of our regular podcasts are. Because, of course, our podcast comes out every Saturday talking about a different wrestler's career. Last week, Rene Dupree. This coming week, King Kong Bundy. Fullpressshop.com. Cop the merch. Support the boys. Javier's got it on right now. There's the Blockbuster tee, looking good as always. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Wrestler Revisited. We will be back again soon to dive into another wrestler we've already covered. We'll talk to you then.
You're going to have to.